Hello. Hi everyone. Welcome to Python training program. So far we studied about a different concepts on Python programming, and now the next and a most important thing which we are going to study is about OOPS concepts, and furthermore we will see how to create a class and how to create an object in Python we are going to study. So Python is an object oriented programming language. So, what exactly an object oriented programming means? It is a methodology which simplifies the software development and the maintenance by providing some set of rules, which we can call it as an OOPS concept. By default, OOPS means class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, all those things. Among all those concepts, for now, let us see an overview on class and an object. A class is a blueprint from where the individual objects got created. For example, Ramesh, Suresh, Satish, Rajesh are the various objects we can define a template from a human being. Okay, the class can define a common attributes and as well as the behaviors. The combination of all these things we can treat it as a class. In another terms, we can say, assume that we are studying in a college, and we have 1,000 people within a college. The exam application form, which is common for all the 1,000 people, we can call it as a blueprint, which we can treat it as a class. For suppose if one person filled the complete form, it has a specific information related to one particular person, which we can treat it as an object. So let us see an overview on an object. An object is an entity that has an attribute and as well as a behavior. For suppose Rajesh is an object who has an attribute such as a height, weight, and a color, and as well as behaviors like a walking, talking, and a eating. So usually within our Python program, we can create a class and we can create an object. With the help of an object, we can access the information present in a different class. So let me show you a simple example for the same. So this is how the example looks like. Okay, this is how a complete example looks like. So let us switch to our editor and see how can we create an example for this. Okay, so I just opened my editor and I'm creating a new Python file. New Python file, example 12. And to this file, if you observe the syntax, class space a class name. So here I'm defining class demo class. And here, whatever the content you are going to represent here, it's going to be in this particular class itself. So switch back to the document and see here within the class, if you can specify some text in a three quotes, we can say that particular text as a doc string. Okay, the string that we mention in a triple quotes, we can call it as a dot string, which is an optional string that briefly explains the purpose of the class. So let's go back here. I'm representing the stuff in a three quotes now, stating that this is a sample class which I'm creating for understanding this class and an object. That's it. That's what I have created. Okay. Once after we have created this doc string, in order to print that content in that doc string, see here, print class name dot doc. Automatically, it's going to print the doc string. See here, demo class is our class name underscore doc. So let me try to run my test script. See here, this is a sample class which I'm creating. So whatever the content we have given, it just printed to that. Usually the content what we are giving in the triple quotes is describing the complete functionality for that particular class. What we are going to write down the logic in that particular class, we are going to define it out over here. Good enough. So let me create another class now. So Python file example 13. Okay, example 13. And here class demo class again. So here within this demo class, I would like to write down certain functionality. So the functionality what I'm going to write down out over here is Okay, so these three braces, and I am defining it as, okay, the functionality. What I am going to write down out over here is, in this class, let us create a method and a variables and see how can we access them using an object. Okay, I have a defined this particular stuff. So the ultimate objective is I have to define a variable. Num is equal to 10. So I have a defined a variable num with a value as a 10. Or if num is confusing, I'm defining a variable and the value which I stored in a is a 10. Def sum. And see here, whenever I type it as a sum, automatically in the braces, self is coming. I don't know what exactly self for now, but now I'm just leaving it and I am printing hello sample program. Okay, good enough. So I created a class and it has this information, which is a method along with this variable. Right, guys? So let us see how to create an object. So obj is equal to demo class. Whatever the class is there, demo class, I have to create an object for that. And now using this particular object, I can access this variable and as well as I can access this particular method also. Okay, fine. Let us see here. Object dot, see here my variable is a, see it is automatically coming here a, so directly I'm using a print statement. The similar way, object dot, see I can access the sum method. Even I just wanna print it. See, the sum method itself has a logic to print the information. I'm not using anything. Now when I run this example, see here, both the stuff it is getting executed. So this is a class, and like this you have to create an object, and like this using an object we can access the content. So this is an object creation, and the syntax is obj is equal to class name, for which class you want to create an object, and then obj name dot the desired method we can call it. Okay, obj name dot a desired method we have to call it. That's it. This is a simple thing which you people need to remember. This is a simple class and how to create an object to that a simple class. Okay, cool. So guys, if you observe this sum method, we have a self keyword which was automatically added by my editor. So let us see what exactly the self meaning is. So generally, class methods must have an extra first parameter in the method definition. We do not give a value for this parameter. We will call the method. Python usually provides it. Okay, when we call that method, Python usually provides that first parameter. If we have a method which takes no argument, then we still have to pass one argument, which is a self. If you observe this, some example, whatever we have created, we don't have any parameters in that, but still my Python is considering self as a default parameter for that. This is similar to that of a pointer concept in a C++ with reference to that of a Java concept as well. When we call a method of this particular object, this is automatically converted by Python into my objects. This is all the simplicity and the specific self functionality is about. Okay, so this is a basic functionality. One thing which we need to consider is self is by default for every class whatever we are creating. Okay, whatever the method we are creating, using this self we can access the information. Moving further in the programming, Python and Selenium programming, we will study more about this self and the other concepts, guys. Okay, so that's all I have for today. See you again in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.